Alrighty then, back once again for another reaction. This time it's Demon Slayer Season 1, Episode 5. Yes, indeedy, 3 out of 3 shows returned to. Looking forward to this just as much as the others, especially because it's the only anime block. Well, I guess that also counts for Once Upon a Time in Young Justice. I have 1 live action, 1 cartoon, 1 anime. Pretty balanced. I wrote down in my notes to help me, I started writing down what happened last time, which ended up coming in really handy because I wrote this before I had my 2-month death-induced hiatus. So what I've got is Tanjiro started the survival exam, faced off against the killer of Sabito and Makomo, remembered his training and fought well, used the water slash on the beast and tore its head off. A good summation, I think. I had a little skip around the 4th episode and that seems to track, so very good, very good. Yeah, he's made a pretty strong start and he's been showing the fruits of his efforts, the fruits of his training, and he's doing well for himself. Obviously it's not all going to be smooth sailing. He's going to run into a lot more challenges because there's a very real chance of everyone dying. So I've got no predictions as to how this is specifically going to go because, like I said when I first started this series, I only have entry-level base knowledge of the main 2 characters. I don't know anything else about what's going to happen. All I know is that the animation is touted as being beautiful, which it is, and the main character is touted as being likable, which he is. So it's delivering on what I expected so far, and it's exceeding it. So we're gonna get right into this. I will see you in the Vimeo. Okay then, wow. Yeah, really happy with this. A good episode to return me into things. I completely got the wrong impression from the, whole survival exam. I thought there were going to be multiple stages to this. I thought we were in for the long haul tuning exam kind of thing, like what Naruto did. Some sort of multi-episode process of multiple challenges, but I guess not. I guess either I don't remember the previous episode well enough where it was established that we'd only be doing 1 challenge, but I know it was survive for a certain amount of time, but I thought that there would then, with the people that were left, be another kind of challenge, but I guess it's not that kind of thing. And if anything, it makes this more original and to the point that they didn't beat around the bush. It was like, okay, you survived, good job. Here's your bird, here's your sword. Go out there and kill demons. That actually works. That makes perfect sense. I enjoyed the dynamic that happened when the guy with Bakugo's voice, I'm sure I'll learn his name eventually, if he comes back to the story, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's that guy, okay, I'll remember you now. I'm sure everyone there will return who survived. They survived for a reason. Obviously I know Zenitsu's going to come back, but that's a whole other thing. I really enjoyed the interactions in that scene because he was impatient and he wanted like the special kind of sword right off the bat, and he was almost bullying the girl trying to get what he wanted from it. And I have no doubt that if he'd have carried on, she would have killed him dead. Like, I think Tanjiro saved this man's life. Like, I don't think that people that act that calm in anime are people you want to fuck around with. I think they would absolutely destroy him without a second thought. She was being very patient with him. He had her by the hair and everything, and he was directly threatening her. Like, she was well within her rights to already have him 6 feet under. That's all I'm saying. Tanjiro did both of them a solid. He saved this guy's life But he also, in my opinion, put himself in some very good books by like defending her, and it wasn't your typical sort of not romantic. It wasn't your typical sort of chivalrous kind of thing. You could tell that Tanjiro just came from a point of view of like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Like, would you stop? Would you cut that out? This is serious. Like, he just firmly told him to knock his shit off. That was so good. Like, really, dude? You're acting so disgracefully right now. Like, and I love how all it took to make him back off was to show him his strength directly. Like, he tried to treat him like a pushover, like, get out my way, I'll kick your ass, blah, blah, blah. But he just applied the grip, and the pain shooting through his arm let him know this guy's the real deal. I should back off. That's brilliant. That is how you correctly deal with the bully. Like concise, decisive, and just don't. Like, no song and dance, no blustering, no puffing your chest out. Just put them firmly in their place, and then they'll learn. Although this guy seems like a bit of a hothead, so maybe he won't learn. But I just thought that was a really cool character moment for Tanjiro. It really shows how far he's come in being assertive. In a way, like, obviously he's been through life and death situations. He's not gonna show as much fear in the face of some guy acting snotty. But in anime, usually there's a certain type of character that will continue to get nervous in social situations or situations of conflict, even after they've been through life or death situations. So it's nice to see that Demon Slayer treats its character progression seriously, and had Tanjiro, with no doubt at all in his mind, grab him firmly and be like, knock that off. Like, that is so cool to me. And like I say, if it were in any way relevant to gain favor with the adjudicators of the exam, I'd say that's a pretty damn good way to do it. Like I said, that's all I'm saying. Like, in their position, my opinion of this kid would go way up. Like, he didn't have to do that. He probably knows that we could take this guy, but for the honor of the process of the whole exam, he stood in like, dude, what? And made him cut that out. I can't stress how cool that was. I'm glad that we got to see a little bit more of Zenitsu. The personality I've been told about is clearly coming through. A bit exasperated to get the wrong kind of bird. It's like smaller, like considered like not as cool or impressive. You're like, really? You couldn't spare another crow? You didn't expect this guy to survive? I really like his yellow aesthetic. Like, I really like when yellow is done well in characters. Like, he pulls it off. Yeah, looking forward to seeing what his overall deal is. I know that we'll get that eventually, but I don't know how soon we're going to run into him again now that the examinees have gone their separate ways again. Like, his involvement has just been teased, basically. I don't know when we're going to establish him as part of the cast, if that does happen. But for now, that was really touching reunion when Tanjiro came back. I adore that he got to embrace Nezuko, that she's woken up. And then, Sakonji got to join in. Then he was crying behind his mask. Like I say, if the episode ended there, that would have been oh, you bastards. but they did keep it going a bit longer. Yeah, so Tanjiro has got his first mission now, and this will either end really poorly, like some anime tend to do, or there's going to be some sort of surprise twist, and things are going to go in another direction, because option C, which is everything goes smoothly and then there's no more story to tell, wouldn't make sense, because then what about, how... what I'm trying to say is it would be a waste, really, if it was just, oh, I go here, have a successful time, and then something goes wrong for me next time. Like, in this sort of thing, you always want to have a lull, then conflict, a lull, then a conflict, a lull, then a conflict. And right now, the lull that he had was being able to reconcile with Nezuko. That means that there should be conflict on his mission. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm sure that there will be. Yeah, and looking forward to seeing what the significance is that his sword is black and it didn't turn red or any other colour. Apparently it's rare. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not exactly a common thing to happen. I wonder if that's got to do with whatever makes him special. I was interested to hear the mention of demon blood arts. I don't know if that was mentioned before, but if it was, I'm glad it got recapped. That there will be some demons that fight with the special powers and stuff, which, like I said, should make for more entertaining fights, more dynamic fights, which should be really cool to see with all of the flashy animation. And it was good that they immediately confirmed that that has nothing to do with what Nezuko is. Like, they just reckon that she's gathering her energy through sleeping, and I mean, if it works, it works. Is that what we're going to try and convince demonkind to do? Hey, you don't have to feast on us, you know. You should just get some more beauty sleep. You'll feel a lot better, trust me. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. Looking forward to episode 6, and I shall see you guys next time.